Cybersecurity has become one of the most significant strategic priorities for modern organizations as digital transformation, cloud computing, e-commerce, artificial intelligence, mobile technology, and interconnected business systems increase organizational dependence on information technology. Cyber attacks no longer represent purely technical problems confined to IT departments. Instead, they create strategic risks that can disrupt operations, compromise confidential information, damage corporate reputation, generate regulatory penalties, and undermine stakeholder confidence. Consequently, the program emphasizes that cybersecurity should be viewed as an integral component of enterprise risk management and corporate governance rather than simply a technological issue. Boards of directors and senior management must therefore establish comprehensive cybersecurity frameworks that combine governance, technology, people, and organizational culture to protect information assets while enabling digital innovation and sustainable competitive advantage. The increasing sophistication of cyber threats means that organizations face risks from hacking, malware, ransomware, insider attacks, phishing, data theft, denial of service attacks, and unauthorized system access. As organizations digitize customer relationships, financial transactions, supply chains, and operational processes, vulnerabilities within one part of the information system can rapidly affect the entire organization. Cyber incidents may lead to financial loss, operational disruption, intellectual property theft, legal liability, regulatory sanctions, and long-term reputational damage. From a governance perspective, cyber resilience has therefore become an essential strategic capability supporting business continuity, stakeholder trust, and long-term organizational value creation. Effective cybersecurity requires continuous monitoring, proactive risk management, and organization-wide commitment rather than reliance upon isolated technical solutions. The framework identifies the importance of establishing a written cybersecurity policy as the foundation of organizational cyber governance. A formal policy defines security objectives, management responsibilities, acceptable technology usage, incident reporting procedures, access controls, and organizational expectations regarding information security. By documenting security standards and responsibilities, the policy provides consistency across the organization while ensuring that employees understand their obligations regarding confidential information, password management, remote working, and system usage. A written policy also supports regulatory compliance, internal control systems, and audit activities by establishing measurable standards against which cybersecurity performance can be assessed. A second essential element of promoting cybersecurity is the provision of ongoing training and assessment. Human error remains one of the most significant causes of cyber incidents because employees may inadvertently disclose confidential information, open malicious email attachments, use weak passwords, or fail to recognize phishing attempts. Continuous education programs therefore increase employee awareness of cyber risks while reinforcing appropriate security behaviors and organizational policies. Regular testing through simulated cyber attacks, security awareness exercises, and periodic assessments enables management to evaluate employee preparedness and identify areas requiring additional training. Cybersecurity should consequently become an organizational competency embedded within corporate culture rather than a technical responsibility assigned solely to IT specialists. The framework further recommends maintaining dedicated cybersecurity staff responsible for protecting organizational information systems and responding to emerging technological threats. Specialist personnel provide expertise in network security, threat monitoring, vulnerability assessment, incident response, penetration testing, and regulatory compliance while supporting strategic technology decisions. Dedicated cybersecurity teams continuously evaluate new risks arising from technological innovation and changing threat landscapes, enabling organizations to implement appropriate controls before vulnerabilities can be exploited. Their expertise also supports business continuity planning, disaster recovery arrangements, and forensic investigation following security incidents, thereby strengthening organizational resilience and governance effectiveness. Another critical control identified by the program is the need to limit systems access through effective access management and authentication procedures. Access should be granted according to the principle of least privilege, ensuring that employees possess only the permissions necessary to perform their assigned responsibilities. Restricting system access reduces opportunities for unauthorized activity while limiting the potential consequences of compromised user accounts or insider threats. Logical access controls, multi-factor authentication, role-based permissions, and continuous monitoring of user activity collectively strengthen organizational security by ensuring that sensitive information remains accessible only to authorized individuals. Effective access management therefore represents a fundamental component of information governance and internal control. The framework also highlights the importance of limiting data volume as a cybersecurity strategy. Organizations frequently accumulate extensive quantities of customer information, financial records, operational data, and intellectual property that may become attractive targets for cybercriminals. Retaining unnecessary information increases exposure to security breaches and complicates regulatory compliance obligations regarding data protection and privacy. By minimizing stored data through effective retention policies and secure disposal procedures, organizations reduce potential losses arising from cyber incidents while improving information management efficiency. Data minimization therefore supports both cyber resilience and responsible information governance. Finally, the program recommends automation of systems to strengthen cybersecurity and improve operational consistency. Automated monitoring systems, intrusion detection technologies, software patch management, backup procedures, security updates, and anomaly detection tools reduce dependence upon manual intervention while enabling rapid identification and response to emerging threats. Automation enhances organizational resilience by ensuring security controls operate continuously and consistently across complex technological environments. It also reduces the likelihood of human error while improving the speed and effectiveness of incident detection and response, supporting both operational continuity and regulatory compliance.